We're live. Oh my god, guys, I've literally just got back. I'm so sorry I'm late. The race has just started, nothing's happened. Bro, this I could not have run this tighter. I've just missed the start of the race. Oh my god, I'm so stressed right now. I'll tell you about it in a minute. Oh my god. Right, Lewis is still ahead. Verstappen second, Science P3. Oh my days. This is, oh my god, I'm sweating like mad. Leclerc's got a broken front wing. Oh my god. Oh my god. What's George Russell doing so high up? Bro, I've got no idea what's going on. This is bad. I'm so sorry, everyone. I missed my train coming back. So I had to get a cab. And literally they dropped me off like 3 minutes ago. Go on, George! Oh my god, this is mad. I've never run so fast in my life. Sprinting up to get here. Safety car, safety car, safety car. Vettel's got the broken wing. Poor punditry there. Yeah, Vettel's got damage in his bottom. George is up to 11th. Oh my god, everyone. Right. Oh my god, Vettel's missing his whole rear wing. Okay. The whole rear wing. God, F1 car looks weird without a rear wing. It's like just come clean off by the looks of it. Is it the Ferraris coming together? No. Is it? Nah, surely not. It is. Oh, it was not really Charles's fault, to be fair. They all got punted. So Charles has hit Seb. But I think someone came up behind Charles. Hello, everyone. Oh, my words. I clicked live just as they were pulling up, and then YouTube was like, live streaming is not working. I was like, come on. Oh, wow. The sweat is real. I've literally just chucked everything on the floor. We've got a safety car. Hang on. Thank you for the water, Han. Oh my god. Hello everyone, how are we all doing? Are we all excited? Right, it's still safety car, so everything's calm now. Ferraris are already, well, yeah, it doesn't look like, oh my god, Ferrari 20th and 19th. Can you hear the ice cream van outside? What's funny, Han? I can just hear her cackling in the background. I don't know if it's because of the background noise. Why don't you stream from your phone to shut up? I haven't worked out how to do that. I had this all set up. I was meant to get home about half an hour ago, so I've loads of time to get settled, and then I missed my train. And then I was just like, right, let's just get another train that kind of gets me most of the way home, and then get a cab. Sean Dillon, thank you for the 229, mate. Appreciate it. Oh my god, I haven't got my microphone plugged in. My microphone's over here. Well, no, I've got it plugged in, but it's over here. Sorry, everyone. This is literally the worst start I've ever made. I didn't even realise I didn't have my microphone. Oh my god. This is funny. Oh. Yeah, Leclerc definitely was the car that took Seb's wing out. Whether you can... I mean, it was kind of just the Ferraris that just drove into each other. When it rains, it pours, eh? Charles called that crash. No, yeah, I mean, he probably... I would say Charles is definitely probably at fault for that. I mean, geez, Seb cannot catch a break at the minute. I mean, he's not meant it. There's no intent there, obviously, but... Yeah, well, that's what Brundle's saying. Why would he lunge? Why would he lunge up the inside of Seb? That was a bit of a silly move from Charles there. Oh my god. Literally, my heart rate is mad. Charles with a dodgy dive bomb. It was a dodgy dive bomb. I think you've been watching some Tiamat Marduk. The Flying Lima 39. Oh, what a start. What a start to the stream. What a start to the race. Safety car, early doors. So it's Hamilton, Verstappen, Sainz, Bottas, Albon. So Albon's got up to 5th, which I'm glad about. He's recovered those positions early doors, which is good. I think the Renault's going to have a strong race today. You've got Ocon and Ricciardo 6th and 7th. Gasly 8th. Norris 9. Stroll, Russell, Magnussen, Kvyat, Giovinazzi, Perez, Latifi, Grosjean, Raikkonen, Leclerc and Vettel is out. So, I mean, Russell's got a chance at points, I think, today. Oh, can you see Minton? Yeah, you just see him walking out. Oh, hang on. I didn't show my... I've not got my... Oh, hello. We're starting. We're racing again. Let's... You could just see Minton walking past. Main screen. Let's do the main screen. There we go. All right. What we saying? So safety car restart. Things are pretty much the same. Oh, looks like Norris is going up the middle of Stroll. Go on, Lando. I mean, I like Lance, but obviously I like Lando more. Go on, George. Nah, go on, George. Oh, that angle. He looked like he was going 3 wide into the second corner with George Russell in the centre, but it wasn't. Oh, this is not how I wanted my first race watch-along stream to start. But thank you everyone for coming. 730 people to the least professional live stream you'll ever see in your entire bloody life. Oh, yeah, Norris has taken Stroll. Magnussen's taken Russell, which is a shame. Although Russell's got him back. Go on, George. Oh, no, Russell's gone. Russell's gone off. Oh, George. Damn it, man. George down to P18. That's gutting, man. Yeah, it went well off into the gravel. Don't know why exactly. Whether he contact or... Oh, man, that's such a shame. Such a shame. Well, Russell will get his time, I think. He'll get his time. It seems like my stream, my watch it long is a lot more live than it has been in the past. There we go. So Sainz is still holding off Bottas, although Verstappen's putting some distance between himself and Sainz now. So P2, P3. Perez has got up to P12 already. Yeah. So everyone, we've got my predictions on the left here. I haven't even talked through these yet. This is what I think is going to happen. So I think I'm saying Lewis P1, Verstappen P2, Ocon P3. Bit of a left field shout, but why not? Then I've gone biggest surprise, positive surprise, I've said Seb. That's obviously gone out the window straight away, hasn't it? Through no fault of his own, to be fair to him. But that has not worked out. And then I've said Bottas will be a bit of a letdown, which obviously P4 behind Sainz at the minute is a bit of a letdown. But yeah, we've got a long way to go. Oh yeah, it looked like one of the Gasly got tagged by one of the Renaults going out the first corner. They're just replaying the start now. Yeah, Sainz was up on the outside of Verstappen into that first corner, but obviously had to go very wide. And then Verstappen just got the traction out the corner. As Bottas gone to third. Yeah, we're just seeing the replays on the screen at the minute, so F is for Ferrari. Is Leclerc actually out? I can't. They're not showing the live. Yeah, one of the Renaults tagged. That's Ricardo. Yeah, Ricardo tagged Gasly. Oh, here we go. Yeah, Bottas has got past Sainz now. But fair play. If Sainz can keep within that 1 second of Valtteri, then he's good. What we saying, everyone? Ferrari's a damn disaster. Yeah, Leclerc. Vettel's retired. Leclerc's P19. The thing is, I've said this. I think Ferrari need to consolidate. And I'm knackered, man. They need to consolidate for Monza and Mugello, because if something like this happens, yeah, Leclerc's in the pit. Looks like he's probably going to retire. Then that's going to be incredibly embarrassing for Ferrari. I think the best thing, they can just sack off these next few races. Sack off Hungary and the 2 British races. Alex Albon's catching Carlos. Come on, Alex. Come on, son. Yeah, and then, just make sure they have a really good performance in Italy, because look, there's no chance they're doing anything in terms of the constructors. Oh, jeez. That was some proper drifting by Perez there. Jeez. But yeah, you know what I mean? I think that makes sense, no? You know what I mean? Yeah, Leclerc's out now. Leclerc is officially out. Both Ferraris are gone. Mate, when it rains, it pours, Ferrari. When it rains, it pours. Like I said in my video about Mattia Binotto, I don't know if he's the right man for that job, because that Ferrari car is not on it. It is very far off where it should be, where Ferrari should be, with the resources that they have, everything at their fingertips. If I was a Ferrari fan, man, I would be very upset. How are we doing, everyone? What are we thinking? It's just nothing too dramatic is happening at the minute. So just to go through, it's not raining. Odin, it's not raining, just so you know. All part of the Ferrari master plan. Ian Fan. I mean, it's not raining. Just to clarify, everyone. Albon. Yeah, I think my theme I can't speak. My stream is definitely delayed because Albon has got P4 now from Carlos. Hopefully Albon will be able to catch up on Valtteri, man, because it seems like the gap between Verstappen and Hamilton is pretty steady. Hamilton's done a fastest lap though, so Hamilton seems to be creeping away. But hopefully Alex can catch up on Valtteri. That's the plan. So, how's Ricciardo going? So the Renaults are running all right actually. I can't see right now because they're showing a replay, but I think they're 7th and 8th. I think Ocon's ahead of Ricciardo, which is, mate. I'm honestly like, trust me, I want to see Renault do well as well. I want to see battles all over. Yeah, so we've got Hamilton, P1, Verstappen, Bottas, Albon, Sainz, Ocon, Ricciardo, Gasly, Stroll, Norris, Perez, Kvyat, Giovinazzi, Magnussen, Grosjean, Latifi, Raikkonen and Russell. So, yeah. Mattia Binotto. Oh, here we go. So apparently Mattia Binotto's off the pit wall and he's going to go have a word with the drivers now. Ferrari, what is going on? All right, okay, so Norris has taken Stroll. That's good to see. Go on, Lando. So Norris is up to P. Oh no, sorry, that was Norris on Perez. My bad. God, I criticise the commentators all I like, but actually I'm no better myself. It must hurt being a Ferrari fan, man. Honestly, like I don't envy your position. Right, okay, we can calm down a bit now, everyone. This has been a very stressful start. It's been a very stressful day, but we're good. No, it's not been a stress. It's been a lovely day. Just that we literally missed the train, running up the stairs, and the woman, like, I had to show her my barcode ticket, and she was like being annoying. And I think if that hadn't have happened, if I'd have just vaulted the barrier, we would have probably got the. But I had Minton as well, so I had to like push through the. It was legal. I've got my ticket. It's just that she was taking so long. I was like, sod it, I'm pushing through. And then as I ran up the stairs, as I got to the top, the train just started to pull away. So the doors had already closed. Massive L, but never mind, eh? We're here now. And I did see the start of the race. Somehow we got so lucky with the traffic lights on the way back as well. You know when they're just green. I'm waffling because there's not much happening at the minute. Again, the positions haven't really changed. Lewis is quickest, 2.5 second gap to Max. It looks like Valtteri is actually catching up with Verstappen, and Albon seems to be losing a bit of time to Bottas. So, sorry, Valtteri's gaining on Verstappen. Albon's losing time to Valtteri. So that Mercedes definitely seems to have the pace over the Red Bull. But hey, we'll see. So I'm saying, I've put Bottas off the podium entirely. We'll see. Yeah, the gaps have opened up definitely amongst the front kind of four. And then you've got kind of Sainz leading a bit of a train of Ocon, Ricciardo, Gasly, Stroll, Norris, Perez, Kvyat. And then everyone else, to be fair, actually. Everyone else is quite compact. But those top... The Mercedes and the Red Bull are definitely a cut above this year, you got to say. But unfortunately, Ferrari are very much fallen into that midfield battle. So, what are we saying, everyone? Leclerc kicked Vettel out. Yeah, Leclerc, I feel, was definitely at fault for that incident, 100%. That's such a... Seb cannot catch a break. You know, like, I've been critical of Seb, and I think he makes too many mistakes. But also, like, that's just not gone his way at all. Like, he was not at fault in any way, shape or form there. He's just got very unlucky. But there you go. Where is Norris? Norris is P10 currently. And again, just to clarify to everyone, the bits on the side of my predictions, hence why you can see faint predictions in the top left corner. I'm saying Lewis, Verstappen, and I'm saying Ocon, left field shout for a P3 podium. Biggest surprise, Seb. I mean, surprise is an open term, you know what I mean? But I was thinking Seb would do a good job. And unfortunately, through no fault of his own, he got wiped out by Charles. And then Bottas, I've said, the biggest letdown. I mean, Bottas has got good pace though, so that top three is looking pretty set, to be fair. So Interesting. Brundle, it's funny. So Brundle's talking about how important Ferrari is to Formula One and how it doesn't feel right, the fact that the Ferraris aren't there. Which I understand. I mean, I'm like, no, just like football, just like any sport. I don't think any team is bigger than the sport. Oh, Valtteri Bottas is on the fastest lap, so he's definitely catching up on Max. But at the same time, I understand it because we're used to seeing Ferrari at the top. And just having like just that teal and blue in the top is a bit odd. But yeah. Russell just lost control. He was resting the car and he couldn't slow it, Taylor. That's a shame, man. George had his chance, but I think that Williams, they're going in the right direction, Williams. I think that's the main thing. And if he can recover, he's pretty much, he's like 2 seconds off Latifi at the minute. So hopefully the Williams can show a bit of pace towards the end of this. But yeah, the Alphas and the Haas are looking well out of it as well, man. Like, that Alpha Tauri is definitely established itself, I feel, as firmly in between the Haas and the Alpha and the McLaren, Racing Point and Renault. I feel like this midfield is made up of two chunks there, and then Alpha Tauri is kind of in the middle. But Gasly's doing a great job. I think a lot of that, Gasly deserves a lot of credit. Daniel is 7th at the moment. Planes for me. Daniel is P7. Oh, Seb's talking. Yeah, he's just saying there's not much he could have done, and it's a shame that it came to what it did, which is fine. It's Alpha overtaking a Haas. Actually, it's funny. I never actually really clocked, but from that view, the Alpha and the Haas look quite similar. Like, they're quite indistinguishable because they've got the same base colour palette, haven't they? Looks like Norris might have just been done by Perez. Yep, there you go. I'm not looking at the chat because spoilers. Because I think the chat alluded to Norris getting overtaken before I saw it. So, yeah. if I'm look, it's just so annoying. I've got Now TV, Sky Sports. I'm watching this as live as possible. I can't pull the thing forward, and it's got about a 30-second delay onto what everyone's saying in the chat. I'm guessing everyone who's watching the chat, let me know, who are you, what are you watching this on? Is it Sky Sports? Are you watching on like Ziggo in Holland? What, like, you know what I mean? Where are you watching? Oh God, people talking about Lando in a negative way. I'm just like, oh God. I hope he's not had a crash, but I don't think he has. I think this is just Perez overtaking Lando. I mean, Perez went for a proper dive bomb there. Proper Lando had to get out of that, otherwise Perez would have taken him out. Alright, so yeah, Hamilton's gap is definitely increasing over Verstappen ever so slightly. He's gaining like maybe a tenth or two every lap over Max. So strategy is definitely going to have to come in if Red Bull want to win this race. Albon's falling away from Bottas. Definitely. But then Albon's pulling away from Sainz as well. So I feel like the Mercedes is definitely the best car. I think if Hamilton was behind Verstappen right now, he'd be catching quicker than Bottas is, if you know what I mean. And Albon, I love Albon, but he's no Max Verstappen, he's no Lewis Hamilton, and I think that's why I think Albon's giving a more relative reflection of that Red Bull. It's quite a bit faster than the McLaren, but also it's quite a bit slower than the Mercedes. And Max, because Max is just different gravy, I think that's why he's able to kind of keep that gap between Hamilton and Bottas. Well, yeah, what's everyone saying? Shout out to ESPN. We've got some hello Americans in the chat watching on ESPN. How are we doing? Ziggo Sport in the Netherlands, Canal Plus, yeah, Foxtel in Australia. Yeah, Albon doesn't look. I think Albon's not at the level of Max, but that's not like I think only Lewis is for me. Maybe Charles as well. I think Albon's up. I think Albon pace-wise is on par with the likes of Sainz, with the likes of maybe a little bit slower than Ricciardo, because I think Ricciardo's kind of the next quickest after Lewis, if you ask me. I think Albon's on par with Bottas in terms of pace. Personally, this is just my opinion. Again, but I think that gap's getting bigger because the Mercedes is a more planted, it's a more complete car than the Red Bull. But there you go. Ricciardo's getting close to Ocon by the looks of it. But Ocon's not going to want to give that up at all, is he? Definitely not. But it'd be interesting to see how that battle goes actually between Ocon and Ricciardo, because Ricciardo's definitely going to keep him busy. Here we go. Ricciardo on the outside. Oh, don't crash, boys. Don't crash. Oh, Ocon squeezed him. Ocon squeezed him. Oh, it's Ricciardo on mediums, Jordan. I didn't see that. Oh, mate, yeah. This is what I mean. Daniel Ricciardo's got pace. He's got pace for days. Honestly, I'll tell you. If he is he on Mr. Mediums? I don't know. I'll wait until I say it. I'll clarify. Why is Bottas' biggest letdown? That's just my predictions. I didn't think Bottas was going to have a particularly strong race. Looking at things as they are, I think that top three, unless there's some mad safety car-ness, like there was last weekend, which could shake things up a bit, hopefully. I feel like things are going to stay pretty much as they are. So Lewis, Max, Bottas. Lance Stroll took Pierre Gasly. Go on, Lance. Tell you what, Lance Stroll up to P8. And he's 2 seconds off Ricciardo. Although, no, has Gasly got him back? No. This is Perez catching Gasly. You can tell that Racing Point's got quite a bit more pace in the AlphaTauri. Ocon's still defending from Ricciardo. It's a good little midfield battle, because the guys at the front have pulled big gaps between each other. So, yeah, Perez has got past Gasly too. So, Gasly will do well to hold on to that P10, because obviously Norris in the McLaren is faster than the AlphaTauri. So, this is looking like 2x2s actually, because apart from at the top, and apart from Norris, you've got Ocon and Ricciardo together, Stroll and Perez together. And then if Norris overtakes Gasly, it'll be Gasly and Kvyat together, Gio and Raikkonen together, Grosjean and Magnussen, and Latifi and Russell, all in little pairs. Very aesthetically pleasing. But also a little bit boring, not going to lie. We'd like to see it mix up a bit. Creeper Meme, I'm afraid I can't. If I show the feed, just to clarify to everyone, if I show the race feed, this stream will just get shut down. And my channel will probably get copyright striked or whatever. Which is a shame. But yeah, we're lap 19. Thank you, Taylor. I appreciate your input on the old chat, buddy. Thank you. Ricciardo's got Ocon now. And I feel like, yeah, Ricciardo is on the medium. You're right. Ricciardo is on the medium and he's got past Ocon. So, I mean, Ricciardo's got pace, man. Ricciardo has got pace. So I've obviously gone for a slightly different strategy with Daniel. But yeah, what we saying? What we saying, everyone? Are you watching online or on your TV, Tommo? Well, I'm watching through Now TV on my computer. So I've got my laptop here straight with the YouTube, so I can see the YouTube. How old do I sound? With all that, and then I've got my Streamlabs and the race feed up here. So yeah, what was that? Well, Max is talking. What's he saying? Okay, so Mercedes have been told to push. Max has been told to hold. Looks like Lando's getting close to Pierre now. It seems like a matter of time before Lando will get Gasly. But Lewis is still punching. He's punched in another fastest lap. Definitely. Yeah, what's going on with... Yeah. Albon's definitely out pace-wise. He's 23 seconds behind Hamilton, which makes him about 15 seconds behind Bottas. But then He's like 3 seconds ahead of Sainz. So Albon there, Alex's pace has not been very good this race. I'll be the first to admit. But yeah, Lando needs to clear Gasly ASAP. Yes, it's lap 20. I'm on lap 21, man. Well, as it is on the screen anyway. Norris is trying on Gasly. A bit of an undercut here. Lando might get a run on him here. Go on, Lando. Boost, baby. Past Gasly. Yeah, he's cleared him. Lando clears Gasly. So now, from 11th down, they're all in pairs. Romain Grosjean. Oh, no, here we go. It's a little Romain Grosjean replay. He's not had a brake failure again, surely. Oh, he's just locked up and gone very wide at turn 2. Roman, come on, man. I don't want to have to give you a hard time, bruv, but he keeps messing up. Right, what were we saying? More crashes, please, Stephen Brown. Ferrari are the best at it. Well, Ferrari both out, so I'm afraid it doesn't look like there's going to be any more crashes. I'm interested to see, like, pit. It's going to stay like this until we get the pits, I think, because things don't seem to be changing. The gaps seem to be pretty steady. I mean, Verstappen is pulling away from Bottas. Oh. Charles and Seb having a chat here. They're not fighting, so that's good. But I don't know. They seem. Oh, Charles just walked off in a bit of a huff though. Here we go. There's a bit of Charles chat. What's he saying? Oh, okay, yeah. Charles has taken responsibility. He said he's apologised to Seb. He's disappointed in himself. Oh, Charles. Look, these things happen, don't they? You know what I mean? These things happen. But yeah. Taylor, I'm watching Albon's onboard. His front right tyre looks pretty bad. Maybe he's struggling. Maybe. Yeah, Albon's pace is really off. And he's on a soft as well. So I don't know if that's a strategy thing or he's just not feeling it. You know what I mean? But I mean, the gap. Well, here we go. Lewis. We've got a little Lewis replay here. What's he done? Is he locked up? Yeah, he's locked. It's just locked up a bit. You know there's not much going on in the race when they're replaying a minor lock-up for Lewis Hamilton. But there you go. The Illusionist. It was a racing incident. Yeah, I mean, I think it was one of them that it was just... I think Leclerc just outbraked himself and he had nowhere to go and then he just punted Vettel, like the worst possible person he could have punted. But there you go. So, what is that? Oh, here we go. There's some... apparently Bottas is going to be in striking distance in 4 laps of Verstappen. And that tells you all you need to know, right? Max can extract 100% out of that Red Bull. And for me, alongside Lewis, is the most talented driver. Yet Bottas, who isn't at Max's level as far as I'm concerned, is able to catch Max. That tells me all I need to know about the fact that that Red Bull is not at the level of the Mercedes. And how a driver like Albon, who's very good, but he's not at the level of Max, he's not at the level of Lewis, he's not at the level of Charles, is racing the Red Bull at the kind of pace that it kind of is. But there you go. Hopefully, yeah, I'll get copyrighted, everyone, if I show the race stream. Sorry. I would love to. But here we go. Max Verstappen, box. So they're going for the undercut. Well, I don't know if they're actually going for an undercut or they're just pitting. God, yeah, he almost hit the barrier on the way into the pits. Bloody hell, Max. Jeez. Calm down, lad. Here we go. Pit stop. How's it going? Red Bull, like clockwork. Beautiful little pit stop. How quick was that? That seemed pretty quick. I think they're putting him on hards, yeah? Yeah, I think it's hards. They're trying to mix up the strategy. What are they saying? What's the pit time? Come on, show me. They didn't show us the time. That's so dead, man. I love seeing how quick the pit stops happen. It looked like a very quick pit stop. It looks like Mercedes are getting ready to pit, by the looks of it. Oh, we've got a Max Verstappen replay. This is him almost hitting the wall, I think, going into the pits. Oh, yeah, he ran very wide. He almost went onto the grass going into the pits there. Is Max on mediums? Fair. Fair. So Max mediums to maybe try and stretch out to the end of the race, maybe, I guess. We'll be interested to see how far Ricciardo gets on the mediums. So yeah, Ricciardo's having a solid race, man. I feel like, I don't know about you, but I feel like the timings, because so they've got the Hamilton, then +8 to Bottas, +25 to Verstappen, etc., etc. I feel like that those times should be more like relative times. I would rather see that. So +8 to Bottas, but then have the split between Bottas and Verstappen. I don't know. It would mean I have to do less maths, and it's more immediately clear. And also, if you haven't checked out Matt Amos, I think it's Amos. Sorry, mate. His channel, he does loads of graphic stuff with the Formula One bits, and he talks about when a gap is like less than a second, the text should go green. Oh no! Ocon's retired. Oh man, that sucks. Oh, I'm gutted for him, man. I thought he was on for a good race. Well, I put him P3, didn't I? I thought he was on for a very good race, and he was doing well. P7. Oh, mate, that's a shame. Gutted for him. Well, hopefully Ricciardo will keep it going. You know, he seems like he's got. I reckon Ricciardo's on for a P5 here, because he's on the mediums and he's getting a lot of pace out of them. Everyone else is on the softs, so I feel like strategy-wise, he could be in a good place. But interesting. Yeah, Hamilton's hitting a bit of traffic as well, so that could slow him up a little bit. Oh, Mercedes look like they're getting out. Look at their lovely teal overalls for the some of the pit crew. It's very nice. I love that onboard shot of the Mercedes. Looks very, very sexy. The all black. It's very nice. I'm not actually. I think the actual car aesthetic is a bit overrated. The all black, but Russell is P16. Diogo. So he was doing really well, and then he went off into the gravel and dropped from like 11th down to bottom of the pile. What are we saying, everyone? Can I tell you the order? Of course I can. So Lewis is pitting from P1. Then we've got Bottas, Verstappen, who is pitted. Albon, Sainz, Ricciardo, Stroll, Perez, Norris, Kvyat, Giovinazzi, Raikkonen, Magnussen, Grosjean, Latifi, Russell, Gasly, Ocon. Ocon's now retired. So Bottas is currently in the lead. Max is just coming round now. So yeah, Lewis has still got a good gap over Max. It's annoying that they're not showing how long the pit stops are. Why have they taken that away? I like that. Max is moaning. Max is just moaning to Giampero. I love GP. He's such a legend. I'll tell you, you're watching F1 TV. Nice. Why is Ocon out? I'm not sure. It's just some kind of technical issue. We didn't hear any team radio. We thought he was coming in to do a normal pit, but not apparently. Bottas is still on the soft, and it looks like he'll be coming in next lap. Yeah, Ocon's retired. Norris is ninth currently. There's a good 4-second gap between Lando and Sergio, though, so that might be difficult for him to close, but we'll see. Tommo, for the next race, can you add live timing like the F1 Word used to with Planet F1? If there's something like that I can do, I'll definitely do it. I haven't really looked into it, and it probably is a good idea. Maybe on this side, like here. There you go, here. Could have some like live timing, so I'm a bit more boxed in. That could be good. This is the first actual race one I've done, so. But yeah, I'll have to ask. I'll have to see how I can do that. I will make some. I'll make some inquiries after this, and then hopefully for next weekend I can do that. But next weekend I won't be doing actual race stream. I'll just be doing qualifying again, because I will be doing stuff on Sunday. So I think Gasly's pitted. Is he on hards? Yeah, because Gasly's gone right back, but he's probably going on hards till the end of the race. So relying on kind of track position. So Bottas has stayed out. Bottas is still not pitted yet. Lewis has just punted the fastest, mate. Unless there is a safety car or technical issues, Lewis is winning this race, man. This has been a very dominant. And guess what? Guess what this clever guy did, right? To his fantasy team. Goodbye, Hamilton. Hello, Bottas. Because I wanted to free up some resources elsewhere to... Yeah, I'm just stupid, man. And I put Russell in instead of Giovinazzi, and Gio might get points today as well. I'm a fantasy league, man. It's just dead. Hi, Ika. Good to see you, buddy. How you doing? What do you think of Carlos's performance so far? As a fellow Spaniard. He's doing well, P5. Doing a good job, still on the softs. I wonder what Alex's strategy is going to be, because he's just kind of in no man's land at the minute. I mean, he needs to keep hold of that P4 because Sainz is not that far behind him. They've kind of kept that gap pretty solid. It's like 3 seconds. And it's been 3 seconds for a while. Yeah, we're just going through it. Right, let's have a look in chat. Which place is Daniel Ricciardo? I'm getting a lot of requests for Daniel's position. Daniel was P6. I think Daniel's... You know what, actually? Depends on how strategy goes. Daniel could get a P4 here. I think he's got a great chance. Because Alex is only 4 and a bit seconds up the road from him in P4. And obviously Daniel's on medium still. Alex and Carlos are both on softs. So it depends obviously how they play their strategy. But Ricciardo's got a lot of performance out of those harder tyres. It looks like Perez is catching right up to Lance. So it looks like that move will probably happen at some point. Because yeah, look, Perez is quicker than Stroll. I'm never going to deny that. But I do think Stroll is better than people think he is. But obviously you've got Daddy's boy out in front. So are they going to do they want Stroll to get a better position? Maybe. How is Russell? Apologies, Zeke, but Russell had an off. And so he's down in P16. So he's basically last. Because Gasly pitted for hards. Which is a shame because he was doing really well at the start. Also, yeah, West Ham won 4-0 last night. Or yesterday. Who else is gassed about that? I'm very happy. I thought we were getting relegated. We still might get relegated. We're only 6 points above Villa. But anyway. Antonio. Yes, Ben. Ben's in the chat. Good lads. Mate, what a game that was, wasn't it? We've been good last couple of games, to be fair. I'm only talking about football because nothing's really happening. Ferrari have got their boards up to cover their shame. Ferrari, man, what has happened to Ferrari? I feel like it's kind of, it's just the straw that's broke the camel's back. It's like things have steadily over since like 2018 when Seb just missed out on the title. Things have steadily just gone downhill, and I feel like now it's just all come together. It's all come together as one. You know what I mean? And anyway, yes, I can't show the race. I'd love to show the race, but this will just get blocked and stopped. So soz, that is not happening. Oh god, someone's put something in the chat which I haven't seen yet. So spoiler alert. Oh god, yeah. Okay, I'm not looking at the chat right now. Put a mirror behind you. No, I'm not risking it, man. That'll get me a strike. Oh yeah, it's a slow stop for Carlos. Slow stop for Carlos. Well, this is what I mean. Daniel Ricciardo will probably jump Carlos now. Obviously, Ricciardo's going to stay out a bit longer, so it depends on what the pace is like on that medium tyre. But I've got a toilet roll holder for some reason. Don't mind me. It looks like one of Minton's dentist sticks, actually. But it's not, I promise. Yeah, Sainz was a really bad. Back, rear right, was it? Rear left. You got to make sure, man. You got to make sure. You'd rather lose a couple of seconds than DNF or have a Kimi where the wheel just falls off. You know what I mean? Verstappen's gone purple middle sector. So Verstappen's got pace, man. Verstappen's got pace on that. Verstappen's on medium, yeah. That's the thing, we don't know like how Mercedes pace on, certain tyres versus Red Bull's pace on certain tyres. So that Stroll's coming into pit now. I thought that was a fat blunt tyre. No. I don't know why I've got that in here, if I'm honest. I think when I got back, obviously I was in a rush and I quickly needed to have a little pee. And I probably just brought this with me in the rush. How many laps to go? So we're on lap 34 and Valtteri Bottas is coming into pit. So he should come out in between Verstappen and Alex. Albon's are losing time to Max. Like crazy. Max has definitely got a lot more pace. But again, you got to think, what do Red Bull want? Because I feel like that car is very hooked up to Max. I think Pierre proved that you can be really talented, but you can't just jump in that Red Bull and make it go as fast as Max does. Because it seems very catered to Max's driving style. Albon's done a better job than Gasly, but he's still way off. But then what should the expectations be? You know what I mean? Like, to be in the top 4 is pretty much all that Red Bull can really ask of Alex. And that is where he is. So, Stroll's almost gone into Grosjean coming out the pits. Or Grosjean's almost gone into Stroll, should I say. And then is that Norris or Sainz having a little sniff up the middle of Grosjean? I wouldn't risk that on Grosjean, mate. Not being funny. Delta Supreme, Bonotto going to be sacked before the end of the season, I think. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. But who would take his place? That's the question. I mean, look, I think Bonotto is a technical man, and he should be focusing solely on the technical side of things and not trying to wear the team principal hat as well. That's my thoughts on it. Hamilton's complaining about tyres. That's unusual. Both sets of tyres feel softer today. Feel like they're getting it harder than usual. Right, so Albon has gone on to whatever the yellow tyres are, mediums. 2.3. 2.3 for Alex. Good stop time. Looks like he's coming out into clean air as well. Yeah, I think Albon's... Ricciardo's still out. Ricciardo's still P4. I think Ricciardo's definitely looking P5. Potentially, he might snuff Alex as well. Depends on his pit stop and how much pace Ricciardo has on the softs. Because I reckon Renault are going to go medium soft. But we'll see. Anyway, how are we doing, chat? How's everyone doing on this fine day? Are we all good? Is Checo on points yet? Checo is P5 currently. So Perez is looking in a pretty good position. He's still on his softs though. He hasn't come into pit yet. Ricciardo needs to pit in a couple of laps. Yeah, I think Ricciardo's coming in soon. We're over half race distance now, so we're in 37 laps out of 71. I have the worst fantasy team, Creeper meme. Verstappen, Leclerc, Norris, Ocon and Ricciardo. Well, Ricciardo will do right for you, and Max. And Norris will do okay, but yeah. Williams are P17, 16. Latifi and Russell, unfortunately, they've definitely not got the pace. To be fair, though, the gap between... The gap between... Are they doing relative gaps now? They are doing relative gaps now. So it's like they changed between the relative gaps and the overall gaps from Lewis, but it's not clear. Like, obviously, it's clear when you look at it, but you know what I mean? I feel like it should be... Yeah, but Latifi's like 17 seconds off Magnussen, so Williams still don't have the race pace. And Russell's 2 seconds off Latifi. So it's a shame Russell had the off, but I feel like he would have just got swallowed up anyway because the race pace is nowhere near good enough, unfortunately, still from Williams. Where is Norris at? Norris is P6. Perez is... Sorry, I've not been watching. Perez has gone past Ricciardo, but that is because Ricciardo has pitted on 2 softs. So Ricciardo is on softs now. Looks like to the end of the race. And yeah, like, fair play Sergio, man. He's gone from P18 to P4. I know he hasn't pitted yet, but his pace looks good. He'll be solid top 10, definitely. Science is down to P10, but obviously he has pitted. Oh, yeah, actually. Because Science was doing really well. Oh, yeah, of course, the slow stop. Yeah, that's fucked him up. Yeah, of course it has. Forgot about that. That's a shame. For old Carlos. I feel like this is a bit bright now. Let me turn this down a bit. Do you like my bright orange t-shirt? I'm not actually like wearing this for McLaren, but I just like this t-shirt. Where is Max? Max is P2. Lando is P5, but Lando has not pitted yet. So it's difficult. Right, Perez is in the pits now. Again, Albon is P6, but he has pitted, so he should jump Perez and he should jump Norris when Norris pits as well. So, good stop for Perez. That looked fine. Yep, Albon's gone past Perez. Ricciardo's gone past Perez. Stroll's gone past Perez. Sainz looks like it might be tight between Sainz and Perez here. Yeah, Sainz is right in behind Perez. Carlos will be a bit gutted about that, but he looks like he's got a good run. Carlos Sainz on Perez. Ooh, what side do you go, son? Jeez, that was a late decision. He's gone for the cutback, Carlos. Go on, Carlos. Get him. Here we go. This is a move. Carlos on the outside in that DRS zone comfortably goes past. But I think Sergio will keep him on his job for the next couple of laps because Sergio's coming back at him. Sergio around the outside. Fair play, Sergio, man. That's a solid move. That's a very good move. He looked like he was fully off the track there, maybe. But yeah, fair play, Sergio. Got straight back at Carlos there. And that's for P8, P9. Fair play. Fair play. Get a racing game. Tommo, do you think Max is going to be a future world champion? Yes. Yes, I do. Norris stops. Solid stop. The graphics are messing up. The graphics said that Lando's stop was 11.7 seconds, but it wasn't. It was fine. It was a fine stop. That's probably why they're not showing us the times, because it's broken. Ironic with Lando. Broken. Well, I think... Oh, here we go. Carlos has had another go at Sergio. Oh, no, they're just replaying that, for God's sake, man. Oh, no. No, yeah, they are. I don't even know anymore. Yeah, Norris is P10. Do you think Max will lap Alex? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Sergio's getting leery on the old chat after his move on Carlos. It was a good move, to be fair. To be fair, credit where it's due. Bottas to Verstappen time. So Bottas is about 7 seconds behind Verstappen, but Bottas has punched in the fastest lap so far in this race. It just kind of depends on how. Again, I see this race finishing as it is, unless there are technical issues like last week. A lot of technical issues, and we've still got 30 laps left, so plenty of time for things to go Pete Tong. What are we saying, chat? Yeah, this race isn't like... It's nowhere near... Oh, there were times, to be fair, I think last weekend, there were times when the race did feel a bit processionary, and then when the safety cars came out, it all went to pot. Like, if the safety cars hadn't happened, it wouldn't have been as exciting a lap. What? This battle forecast graphic saying Bottas will catch Verstappen in 17 laps. Surely that's way too much time to, like... You know, I think that's a redundant graphic. Surely. 6.8 seconds in 17 laps. That's like hardly anything per lap. I don't know. Where is Bottas? Bottas is P3. Where is Lando? Lando is P10. But he's beyond Raikkonen, who has not pitted yet, as far as I'm aware. The McLarens have not had a great time of it. They look like they're going to be behind both Racing Points and Daniel Ricciardo, and would have been behind Ocon actually if it wasn't for Ocon's technical issue. Yeah, Raikkonen hasn't pitted yet. Albon 41 seconds off the lead. Yeah, Albon's way down on the lead. He's still keeping that gap between him and Ricciardo solid, and obviously Ricciardo's on softs, Alex is on mediums, but I mean, fourth place, what more can Red Bull really want from him? You know what I mean, the Red Bull doesn't have the pace to beat the Mercedes, hence, like I was saying, why even Bottas, who's a great driver, but he's not as good as Max Verstappen as far as I'm concerned, around what is Max's pretty much favourite track, is still able to slowly catch him. It's saying 10 laps now between Bottas and Verstappen, apparently. So it looks like that's going to be a clash at some point down the line. What are we saying, everyone? What are we saying? Racing pointless. Shit race. Tragic. Yep, things are going back to normal. What happened to Ferrari? Leclerc crashed into Vettel at the start, so they're both out. LOL. It's what I mean. You can't make it up. It just had to happen, didn't it? K Gill needs a shake up. Yeah, I mean, it needs a safety car. I think it really does. Let's just race around Austria until November, please. No, I mean, I like this track, but come on, let's mix it. I'm looking forward to Hungary next weekend, man. It'll be good to see. I like Hungary. Max and Hamilton gap it's not showing it, but it's quite big. It's like 11 seconds. It's not showing it on screen at the minute. Yeah, Ocon is retired. We need a safety car. Yep, Brazil 2.0. I mean, hopefully, towards the end of it. What happens for Ferrari? They crashed into each other. Well, no, Leclerc crashed into Vettel, just to clarify. Hamilton's destroying this track. Mate, Hamilton's on his job today, man. People criticise saying, oh, Hamilton's not focused. I think he's focused, mate. I think he's focused. And he's slapping the field up. So Hamilton has a 5-second gap to Verstappen. It's not actually as big as I thought it was, to be fair. But it doesn't look like Max is catching him. But man, hopefully, like the Red Bull comes into it later on. As much as I'd like to see, I think I'd probably like to see Max win. I feel like Lewis is, well, I've predicted my predictions, my big predictions, weren't they? At the start of the year, Max Verstappen to win the title, and I think he needs the points today. And if he can beat Lewis, then fair play. But yeah, it is a bit dull at the minute. Not going to lie. Sainz is currently P8. Lando will be P9 when Raikkonen pits, which he has just pitted, literally as I say it. There you go. So I think like the top 10 as they sit now, I don't see changing for me. I mean, apart from they've got the racing points battling, looks like Sergio's probably going to get Stroll here. Yeah. Oh, hello, Stroll's. Oh, hello, Stroll. Stroll's not letting him have it easy. Oh, hello. Go on, Lance. Go on, Canada. Hey, go on, Lancey boy. Oh wait, no, that was Perez. Oh, for God's sake. Wait, what? No, okay, so Perez has got past Stroll. Leave me alone, man. I'm so stressed. I'm still stressed from earlier. Okay. I apologise. Yeah, I don't see things changing now, to be honest. Lewis, Max, Valtteri, Alex, Ricciardo, the 2 racing points. Am I right? Yes, Perez, Stroll, then Sainz, Norris. Kvyat's ahead of Gasly, which actually I'm surprised about. I thought Gasly had a bad stop or something, but Gasly's like 1 second behind Kvyat. Giovinazzi's only a second behind Gasly as well. That 10th, I guess that 10th is up for grabs. To be fair, actually, Lance is still going for Checo. I'll tell you what, Lance is not prepared to settle. He wants to prove a point today. Good for him as well. Good for him. But yeah, I feel like 10th place is up for grabs. What, Magnussen's 2 and a bit seconds off Giovinazzi and just in front of Raikkonen. So I think that the Haas race pace is amongst it. Haas race pace is not Williams race pace. Latifi's 15 seconds behind Grosjean. So there's a big jump down there. But then you look at the gap at the front, like 31 seconds Albon is behind Bottas. Gaps in it. Yeah, Nithin, thank you. Next race I will try and, if I can, get a live counter down like here. Oh God, no, here. There you go. I will do so if I can. I was going to wax my hair, but I was in such a rush. I was like, nah, sod it. I can't be asked. So have some unwaxed hair today. How are we all doing, everyone? Update the graphic. Well, the graphic on this, I'm just going to take the graphic off because they're just my terrible predictions, which have already gone badly wrong. I'll bring it back up at the end. There you go. Hello. In fact, I might get myself a drink. Nothing's happening right now, so I'll be right back. Minton, you coming in? Come on. Come say hello to everyone. We've got Minton in the house. In the house. See anything happens? Not by the looks of it. Come here, buddy. We're seeing some battling between Haas and Alpha. How are we doing, everyone? It's Minton. Good boy. Good boy. Where's Hannah and the long dog? Well, just in time. I brought the long dog. Okay, Ricardo. Oh, Perez got past Ricardo. I didn't see that. Soz. Perez, P5 from P18. Tell you what, I think Sergio's in for driver of the day today. Not going to lie. To cut through the field like he has done. Hello, buddy. What do you think? Let me bring you a bit closer to the camera. There you go. Hello. Again, I'll tell you if something's going on. It looks actually like Stroll might get Ricardo. So it seems like Daniel's pace has dropped right off. He was looking really strong at the start, but the pace on those softs is not on it. This is the weird Marks and Spencer cider that Hannah got me. It tastes like Scrumpy cider. Sorry, Minton, you're taking focus, mate. There you go. It tastes like Scrumpy cider with just loads of like sugar syrup added. But there you go. So yeah, it looks like Stroll might get Daniel here. Stroll is definitely challenging. He's going to get. I think he should. If he's just a bit patient, I think Lance will get him. But I'll tell you what, Lance Stroll P6. Proves that Racing Point has got pace, and you know what? He's battled with Perez the whole way. I think it proves that Lance isn't as bad as I think a lot of people think he is. You know what I mean? But there you go. What lap is it? It is lap 50 of 71. We've got Lewis, who is 5 seconds ahead of Verstappen, who is 9.5 seconds ahead of Bottas. I thought Bottas was meant to be catching Verstappen. They pulled a 3-second gap. Then you've got Albon, who is 31 seconds behind Bottas. Perez is almost 5 seconds behind Albon. Right now, you've got Stroll, who's right on Daniel Ricciardo's chuff. So Ricciardo's P6, Stroll's P7. Looks like Stroll might get him here because he's got DRS and Mercedes power, babe. He's going to go for it. Here we go. He's gone for the... Ooh. Good defensive driving there from Daniel. He's done well to hold him off. We've got the McLarens, P8 and 9, Sainz and Norris. They definitely, Racing Point improved the pace. And Daniel Ricciardo and Ocon was doing great as well. Ocon had a technical failure, so he had to stop. And then you've got... Oh, Gasly's pitted again. All right, Gasly's obviously got issues. So Kvyat's currently P10. He's looking like he's going to get that last bit of points. Stroll's still putting the pressure on Ricciardo. Haas and Alpha is still battling. You know what? Like, I'm happy. I'm happy that Haas are battling, man. I'm glad to see that they're battling. I know it's Alfa Romeo, so essentially they're the second and third worst teams. Kimi and Kev battling, but mate, I'm glad that Kev's battling. I felt really sorry for that. Both of them actually last year. I really did. Sergio Perez has gone and punched in the fastest lap of the race. Tell you what, he could be keeping. He could take Albon if he's not careful. Albon needs to pick it up, mate. I love Alex. You know I love Alex, but he needs to pick it up. He needs to keep that fourth place because otherwise he's not doing his job. Come on, son. But yeah, it looks like Stroll's going to get Ricciardo here. Which I think, like, this is the difference. You've got when you've got look, the Racing Point's clearly faster than the Renault. You've got a quality driver in Daniel Ricciardo, and then a good driver in Lance Stroll. Well, they're actually speaking to Mattia Binotto, but I can't be asked to listen to. Is it just me, or does he look a bit like? Isn't his nickname Dennis the Menace because of his hair? I actually loved Dennis the Menace back in the day. Who else? W's in chat if you used to watch Dennis the Menace. If anyone here is like as old as me, and I don't know whether it like stopped, like when it stopped. Dennis the Menace. Oh, Minton's just sunbathing over there, bless him. Stroll's still going at Ricciardo. He needs to get a good run out of this second corner. I think Lance might have him. But Daniel seems to have the traction out of that corner. And just Lance just ain't close enough, even with DRS, to get him. Lance needs to just focus on getting a really good exit from that second corner rather than trying to get him at the second corner and then get him at the third. Yeah, lots of W's in chat, like it. Dennis and Nasher, wasn't it? I used to love that show, man. Proper good show. I feel like there was like some deeper meaning to it in terms of his like the way he used to play out all the time. But anyway, so little rundown again. So Hamilton and Verstappen is 6 seconds the gap. Bottas has pulled almost a second back on Verstappen, but it's still 8 seconds behind. Albon is 33 seconds behind Bottas. Perez is only 2.5 seconds behind Albon. I think Perez might get Albon, if I'm honest. Alex, man, come on. I defend you. I love you. But you need to do better. His pace just ain't on it today. It ain't on it. I mean, obviously, we don't know if anyone could be saving engine. Maybe, hopefully, Max is saving engine modes for later in the race so he can close the gap on Lewis. Lance still can't get past Daniel. I feel like this is one of them that if Lance doesn't get it done in the next couple of laps, it's not going to happen. But Daniel's tell you what, like Daniel's doing what he does. He's a quality driver. I think he's very underappreciated, Daniel Ricciardo, if you ask me. Bottas losing pace. Lewis is saving for fastest lap, maybe, could be. I mean, as long as he keeps that gap, so 6 seconds. If Mercedes can hold a bit back and still keep a 6 second gap, then why wouldn't they? You know what I mean? So apparently, team radio to Bottas, at this pace, we're going to catch Verstappen last lap. Do I bank Valtteri actually successfully making a move? If he does, no. George has overtaken Latifi. There you go. There's going to... Perez at Red Bull would be insane. He'd do a good job at Red Bull. Not going to lie. He would do a good job at Red Bull. But obviously, I don't want to see Alex out of the seat. Look, I mean, long term, like Alex has got to prove himself this year, and I think like P4 is all that they could ask for, realistically. Obviously, the Ferraris aren't up there, but obviously for Red Bull to get the constructors and Max. Oh, hello, Sergio just punched in another fastest lap. All right, okay. This is going to get interesting. We're on lap 55. Alfie B26. For some reason, I don't like Perez. He just annoys me. Well, you can't love them all. You know what I mean? I think Perez is a great driver. So, I mean, you can doubt his taste in pizza, which is fair. Hello. Russell is that Russell on Magna? What? This is, okay. Gasly's just taken Latifi. So we're looking right at the back of the field now. Okay, so Perez is within a second of Albon, yet the race feed is not showing the battle for 4th place. Oh, it is now. Is it? Yeah, it is. So Alex has got some traffic in front of him. He's got Williams in front of him. I feel like Perez is going to get Albon here. I do. I really do. Come on, Alex. Perez is going to kill his tyres before the end. Maybe. It's hard to know. Well, I mean, I could put my headphones on and listen, but I don't like having both headphones on while I'm also talking. It just feels weird. So Perez has lapped, yep. All right, 15 to go. Perez is within a second of Alex, so he's got DRS. Stroll's still giving Ricciardo something to think about. Okay. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Sainz is catching on Stroll. So Sainz and Norris as well. They're both catching on Stroll and Ricciardo. So that could be interesting. Perez is on 2-time fantasy. Come on, lad. Yes, he is, actually, to be fair. But my love for Alex overwhelms my love for fantasy league points. Come on. And I do have Alex in my fantasy team as well, because I felt like I just had to go with drivers that I liked. You know what I mean? So, hence why I've got George and Alex in there. Come on. Oh, I'll tell you what, bloody hell, George. Albon's lapped Russell, and then Perez just had to slightly lift off. Go on, George, that's it. George, man, yeah, fair play, George. Help your mate out, man. Come on. Alex is your boy. You got to help him out. Come on. Be a running roadblock to Perez. Nah, Perez is taking him. But yeah, this race is not the spectacle that was last weekend, but I hope everyone who's watching, 1,215 of you, thank you, everyone. I do honestly appreciate you taking the time. I got home eventually. It would have been nicer if it had been less stressful at the start for me, but we got there just in time. So all good, everyone. Perez on full power. Yeah, Perez is well within a second of Alex still, but he's got to keep that P4, Alex. You've got to keep that P4, son. Because this is what Red Bull need. They need Alex to consistently pick up top fives. Ooh, is it slow AlphaTauri? Yeah, you know what I mean. I feel like he needs to consistently pick up. I don't think you can expect, because the Red Bull isn't as fast as the Mercedes, and I think again that the fact that Bottas is closing in on Verstappen proves that, because Verstappen is the more capable driver, and I feel like Verstappen can get the most out of. Verstappen gets more out of the Red Bull than Bottas gets out of the Mercedes, yet Bottas is still closing. Realistically, the best that the Red Bull can expect is Alex to consistently be best of the rest, and so this is an incident or an instance where he just needs to hold on to that P4, man. Get some points on the board for the year. I mean, the gap seems pretty steady now. It's at 0.8. It was 0.7 last lap, so that's steady. Sainz is still 3 and a bit seconds behind Stroll. Lando's closed up on Sainz a little bit though, so that could be interesting. I feel like the McLarens are coming into it as the race goes on, and Stroll is still half a second behind Ricciardo, so he's still right up his chuff, but he can't get past him. He cannot pass. And then we've got Kvyat. Kvyat's looking pretty set for that P10. He's looking pretty solid there. He's got a 2-second lap over Giovinazzi. So, yeah, Max, what's this? We're going to a slow. Something flapping off the bottom of. Yeah, Max has got some damage on his front wing. You know where the front wing on the end, it goes down, and then there's a little bit that lips out on the, like, so that this is the outside of the car, this is the inside. Wing side bits down, and there's a little bit that comes out. One of Max's is kind of hanging off. I don't know how he got damaged. He must have just hit a curb a bit too aggressively, because obviously we know. It's funny how there's no talk of get off the curbs. There's not been, I haven't heard a single mention. I know I haven't been listening the whole time, but I haven't heard a single mention of get off the curbs or anything like that from anyone. The retirements, well, Ocon's, we don't know what that was. That could have been vibration related. But Leclerc and Vettel was a crash. So whatever they've done differently has worked, because we're getting, looks like 17 cars finish. And both Williams finish, which I think is a victory in itself. So Bottas's gap to Verstappen is closing, definitely. Bottas is now 4 seconds behind Max, and it was about 6 seconds, a good 5 laps ago. So Raikkonen is P11, so he's taken Gio. He's overtaken Giovinazzi. That can't have happened that long ago. No, it didn't. And he's about 3 and a bit seconds off Kvyat. So Raikkonen's best shot of getting that last point, that P10, but it looks like it's going to be Kvyat. Mr. Motivator yawns. Yes. Here we go. Right, Norris has closed right. Looks like Norris is quicker than Sainz. Sainz hasn't closed that gap to Stroll anymore, but Norris is quicker. I feel like this is where, ideally, Norris would be ahead of Sainz, because it looks like Norris is quicker than Sainz at the minute. And if they battle too much, they could challenge. This is what Martin Brundle was saying at the minute. They could definitely get up to Ricciardo and Stroll. If they let Lando go. 10 laps to go. We'll see. Oh, Sainz only has tyre issues. Fair. Team orders, please. Danny Rick is never getting a championship. Danny Rick is never getting a championship. I mean, unless McLaren really put it out. I think McLaren are in a good place going forward, though, to be fair. So, Ocon's retirement was overheated brakes. Thank you, Beefed Man. Appreciate it. Here we go. Lando has been released. Lando has been released. They've swapped him. Teamwork makes the dream work. Well, they had to. The thing is, like, Sainz hasn't got the pace. He's got tyre issues. Let Lando go. Let him. He's got 4 seconds to bridge in about 9 laps. So he's got to do half a second. He's got to do half a second a lap on Stroll. But obviously Stroll is challenging Ricciardo. So that's slowing him a bit. But obviously Stroll's also got DRS off of Ricciardo. So that Perez-Albon gap hasn't changed. It's still within a second. Perez is still getting DRS, but Albon's just got to keep focused, man. As long as he keeps focused, and he should be good for P4. Yeah, the Albon-Perez gap, yeah, it's like 0.8, and it's been like that consistently. If anything, it's got a little bit bigger than it was at one stage. P1 and P2 gap is 9 seconds. Hamilton's winning this race, unless something wild happens. Hamilton's winning this race, but Bottas is now less than 2.5 seconds behind Max. So Bottas definitely could be challenging, but I don't know. I can't see Bottas getting past Max. You know what I mean? But we'll see. Hopefully there's some drama towards the end, man. And again, Perez has punched in the fastest lap behind Albon because he's getting the DRS consistently. I guess that must be why, but he's still not able to get past. Come on, Alex, hold on, man, please. And Norris has now taken a second out of that gap to Stroll. Tell you what, that could be. I feel like you know what I think is going to happen? I think it's going to get really close, and then the race is going to finish. I feel like maybe if we had like 2 more laps, it would be ultra dramatic. But there you go. What are we saying? Hamilton is going to have a problem. I mean, hopefully not. He's deserved the win. Smashed it in qualifying. I saw Tommy, WTF1 Tommy, he tweeted saying that the only bigger gaps between P1 and P2 he's ever found in history was Gilles Villeneuve. I think it was Gilles. Or it could have been Jack. I think it was Gilles. It was like 1.7, and then Ayrton Senna did like a 1.4. 1.25. I know it was raining, but man, that's an insane gap. But yeah, Valtteri's well within distance now. Looks like he's definitely going to get him. well, he's definitely going to be in a position to get him. Whether he'll get him or not, it's only 1.5 seconds now between Bottas and Verstappen. So it looks like this is where the drama's going to be. Is Valtteri going to beat Max? What do we think, people? What do we think? Lap 65 of 71. 6 laps to go. Yeah, Max is complaining about drivability out of turn 3. But again, he's got damage to his front wing, so that's probably not helping. Considering how finely tuned these F1 cars are, a slight bit of damage can just mess up your race pace. And is he still got that bit hanging off? Yeah, it's still hanging there. It's still just like hanging there. So, little position recap. So, we've got Hamilton winning. He's over 10 seconds ahead of Verstappen now. Hamilton's winning this race. Bottas is less than a second behind Verstappen in P3. Albon's 34 seconds back, so Albon's well out of it. Perez is less than a second behind Albon, but that's been consistent for the last good 5 laps or so. Ricciardo's 12 seconds off Perez. Stroll's within a second of Ricciardo still can't get past. Norris is 3 seconds behind Stroll, but is gradually getting that gap down. And then Sainz is 3 seconds off Norris. So Sainz, I think, has had an issue and is just going to have to nurse that car home. So I think he's got a tyre problem, someone said in the chat. Kvyat's 28 seconds behind Sainz. Here we go. Bottas on Verstappen outside of corner numero dos. Hasn't got him, but Bottas is going to get him into turn. Bottas has to get him into turn 3 here. DRS, yeah. Comfortable. Max ain't giving up, though. Max around the outside. Fair play, Max. Go on, lads. Here we go. Proper racing now. At bloody last. Verstappen's held it. Ooh. Verstappen, mate. That was fucking quality. Fair play, Verstappen, man. He's kept him behind him. But it's got him comfortably into that DRS zone into turn 3. But Max held it round the outside like Albon did on Lewis. But there was no understeering into a Red Bull this time from a Mercedes. Max has held the position, but Max is going to have to fight now. He's going to have to fight to keep this P2. Because Valtteri, just that Mercedes pace, man. It's that into turn 3. It's that DRS zone. Bottas is going to have him every single time. I think Max just needs to keep doing that move that he did before. Bottas is going into turn 2 now. He's gone around the outside, but Max has broke late. This is like Charles versus Max last year here in terms of the battle. He's holding the inside line this time, though. Bottas is going to try the outside. Oh, yeah, Bottas has got him. I think this is it now. Yeah, Bottas has got him now. Max hasn't been able to get back. Bottas P2, Verstappen P3, Valtteri Bottas. I mean, the DRS zone made it easy, really. It looked easy. Obviously, Mercedes powertrain, innit? Almost spilled cider on me. Random replay of Max's floor. So, yeah, Bottas P2. Oh, Carlos. Oh, okay. Carlos is going for the fastest lap because he's got time between him and Kvyat. He's got like 28 seconds last time I checked. So Carlos is going for fastest lap, which makes sense. Fair play, Carlos. Hopefully you can get it. Norris has lowered that. Right, so now what we're looking at. Perez is still as close to Albon as he has been for the last 4 or 5 laps. So as long as Alex concentrates, keeps on his job, he should be fine for P4. Stroll is still less than a second behind Ricciardo, but again, that gap has not changed for a long time. Oh, here we go. There's a little Lance Stroll highlight. I think this is him having another go at Daniel. Oh, big lock-up for Lance. Almost. They both locked up going into turn... Well, I'll call it... I don't... This is so annoying because when I say turn 1 and turn 2 and turn 3, I mean the proper turns, not the official turns. Because there's some like weirdness around some of the turns. Verstappen's boxing. Okay. Verstappen's boxing for fastest lap as well. So Sainz and Verstappen are both going for fastest lap. This should be interesting. Verstappen might as well, so makes sense. He's got a 20-something gap to Alex. He's Just got to make sure it's a good stop, boys. And it is. Might as well. And then what we're saying. So Norris's gap to Stroll is just over a second. So Lando, I mean, again, with Stroll to lock up, Lando could maybe catch up to Stroll here and get a P7. But obviously he'd need to... Oh, hello. Max has released right into traffic, though. Jesus. He's in a Haas sandwich on his soft tyres. Oh, I could imagine Max is just like, why am I in traffic? Well, if you're going to pit for... You know, he's warming his tyres now, so... Max is fine. He's still got 7 seconds over Alex. So we're lap 70. Hamilton, Bottas, Verstappen, Albon, Perez. Oh, Perez is very close to Albon. We can't see it though. Why are you not showing it? He's 0.2 away from Alex. Bruv, he's 0.1. Why are you not showing it? What? He's less than... It's still 0.1. Why are you not showing it? Bruv, show me the... Oh my days. And that's 0.9. So we just missed the whole thing. Alright, great. Cool. Love it. Perez has dropped right back. Did they have contact? We can't... Why are you not showing us? It's like 2 second gap now. He was 0.1 behind, now it's 2 seconds behind. Bruv, sort it out, man. Alright, it's lap 70. Sainz has got fastest lap currently. Max is going for it, but I don't know if the traffic will get in his way. Norris is 0.6 behind Stroll. Norris is closer to Stroll than Stroll is to Ricciardo. Oh, this is Perez trying to... Oh, my God! Why did we not see that live? Perez almost did. Oh, my God, and that's broken his front wing. Perez's front wing is broken. Perez's front wing is broken. He tried to get Alex into the corner that Lewis took out Alex on. Hit him on the inside. Alex almost literally went at the exact same point. Lance Stroll's gone for Daniel Ricciardo. All right, here we go. Come on. Go on, not. Oh my God! Right, here we go. This is it. Oh right, right. So Albon's safe in P4. We've got Stroll, Norris, Ricciardo. Norris going around the outside of Stroll. Don't tag him. Oh my God, Stroll's P6. Lando P7. Ricciardo's now P8. Oh my days! All right, this is the last lap as well. Come on. He's going to get another lap to do it though, because they've got to go around again. Oh, mate, that was so close. But Stroll, mate, fair play. Stroll sent an absolute... Stroll did a Ricciardo on Ricciardo. Sent him, dive bomb, boom. Come on, Lando. But, mate, I'll be so happy for Stroll if he gets P6. But, obviously, I want Lando. Hamilton wins. Hamilton's done it. Hamilton has won. Absolutely dominant. Valtteri Bottas coming across the line now, P2. Why are you showing this? Right, here we go. Lando's trying around the outside of Stroll. He's going to get a bit of a switchback though. Come on. DRS. Come on. Don't crash, man. Lance is holding the inside line into third corner. Yes, Lando! Boy! Come on, lads. Yes! Stroll's now P7. Daniel Ricciardo, I don't think Daniel Ricciardo's going to get Stroll. There's no more overtaking opportunities. Fair play, Lando, man. He's had a physically difficult week. He said he didn't feel too good, but he's got up to P6 after his 3-place grid penalty. Lando's got P6. Albon P4. Oh my God! Norris has gone up to P5 because Perez's front wing is broken. Ricciardo's going to try and get Stroll. Oh, it's drama. When did Perez finish? Oh, my days. That was a mad finish. So Perez's front wing is like that. It's broken. So he was so slow at the end after he and Alex collected each other. Stroll was 66 thousandths of a second behind Perez on the straight. Oh, my word. That was Mate, it was a boring race, but that ending was sick. That was a great ending. Minton's gas. Look at him. Woo! Are you excited? Mate, and literally, so Lando took Sergio on the last corner. You know when it's like it's right and then goes straight and then right again? He took Lando. Mad. And then Stroll almost got him. But obviously, yeah, because obviously Sergio lost all his downforce. And then he almost lost it to Ricciardo as well. Wow. That was a mad ending. Mate, amazing. So, Lewis wins. Valtteri Bottas second. Max Verstappen third. Alex Albon fourth. Lando Norris fifth. Sergio Perez sixth. Sergio should have been higher. Could have got fourth if he didn't hit Alex. But again, Alex almost got tagged. He got tagged in the same place as Lewis hit him. Exactly the same, like the same part of that corner as well. But Alex managed to keep it from spinning out. Mate, imagine, oh my God. If that had happened again, that would have been absolutely, I'd have been absolutely distraught. And they weren't even showing it on the stream. What's wrong with you, Sky, man? Jesus Christ. They were showing just some random Valtteri Bottas lap. Oh. And then, yes. Perez 6, Stroll 7, Ricciardo 8. Wild. But here he is. Lewis wins. Purple, like I tweeted. Purple helmet, purple sectors. Greatest to ever do it. Lewis Hamilton wins. Dominance. Absolute dominance. He wasn't happy yesterday with his car, was he? Dominance today. Fair play, Lewis. People saying Alex should get a penalty. Really? I didn't see it like that. Alex just held it on the outside. I'd like to see a replay. To be fair, I was too excited. I didn't get it all in. You know what I mean? I didn't take it all in. It looks like just Sergio washed out a little bit and kind of touched him, because Perez was just like Hamilton. Perez was behind Alex and kind of touched his rear wheel with Perez's front left, and that buggered up Perez's front wing, unfortunately. Because Perez deserved. I mean, I'm happy for Perez that he still got a P6, but considering he came from P18, he did an amazing job today. I still think Checo driver of the day for me. Checo driver, DOTD driver of the day. Minton wants to go outside. Minton, stop being annoying. I'm just doing my little rundown, all right? Some people have said they think Alex deserves a penalty. Looking at that, I didn't see any fault in Alex there, if I'm honest. But we'll see. Dog has problem. You can go back to sunbathing, mate. You're fine. All right, they're just having a little waffle now. I'm racing into that. I want to try and see on Twitter if I can see. That was a mad ending. To be fair, that was a pretty boring race, but the ending was levels. If you have a look on Twitter, you can see, like, actually, if I do, let's do our screen share. Boom. You can see this was the ending, right? So you got Perez with his dodgy front wing. If I zoom in, can I zoom in? It's just pinging back. Yeah, you can see Perez's front wing doesn't look quite right there, does it? That was Perez coming down, and then you had Stroll in the middle, Daniel Ricciardo trying to come around the outside, but Perez managed to hold on. Finish line's here. There's Norris. Good lads. Good lad, Lando. Good lads. What did we think, everyone? Talk to me. Talk to me, chat. What did we think? Yeah, I think Alex just held his position. What happened to Vettel? Leclerc crashed into Vettel into the second corner, which was a shame. Your doggy wants out. He's all right now. He's sat in his little teepee down there, so he's good. F for Checo. Oh mate, Checo driver of the day for me. Driver of the day. Did an amazing job to get from P18 to could have been a P4, should have been a P5. He did really well. Hey, Guy Aldridge back. Cheers, lad, for the $1.99. Appreciate it, buddy. Sainz had the fastest lap around Austria with a 1:05. Really? Did he? That's mad. If true. I cannot confirm, but I hope you're not lying to me, chat. There's been worse. Yeah, of course there's been worse races. Oh, I think relative to the first race, which was unreal. You're right, buddy. He's growling at himself. Yeah, I think relative to the first race, it was pretty dull, but yeah, it was still a decent race. Pardon me. Lando driver of the day all day. Yeah, fair. But I think Perez coming back from where he did, and he should have beaten Lando. Only because of the damage that he got with Max. What happens to Carlos? Carlos had a bit of an odd race. He was doing really well, wasn't it, at one stage? And then things just kind of fell away. He had a bad pit stop, and then he was having tyre issues. But then he managed to get fastest lap, so he will get a point for that. How was Alex so far off Max? Well, because Max is a lot quicker in that car than Alex is. I think that goes without saying, doesn't it? But Alex did his job. He held on to P4. I think that's the most that Red Bull can expect of him, and I think that's exactly what they kind of want from him. You know what I mean? I'd love Alex to be challenging Bottas, but that Mercedes is quicker than that Red Bull, so I think that's a big ask. Yeah, Carlos had a bad pit stop, and Perez did get very unlucky. I want to hear radio from Lando. Yeah, same. I do actually. That'd be Lando, P3, P5, start of the season. Jeez. Guy, again, 199, mate. You're far too kind. What a race. And a Vidra winning. Are you kidding me, man? Don't say that, bruv. Come on. Don't be silly. What's going on? What do you mean Vidra winning? What do you mean Vidra winning? Don't say these things. I can't even see the scores. Max is just waffling, so I just need to check that Villa are not winning. They are winning 2-0 against Palace. Great guy. I'm so happy to hear about that. I'm so happy. I'm so thrilled. I'm so happy to hear about that. Lando Norris, yeah, third in the championship now. Well, still third in the championship. Good for him, man. Opinions on Ferrari plus Renault. Renault's pace was really good at the start. Ocon was really solid. He had a brake issue by the sounds of it, which is a real shame. So I think he'd have had a really good result. It fell off towards the end. Obviously, on the softs, they weren't good. But the mediums, they were very good. Under investigation, Lance Stroll and Daniel Ricciardo. I'm guessing that's for Lance's dive bomb on Daniel. But, I mean, to be honest, I think that was a fair move from Lance. I know, although do I? Actually, I'm watching it now. So Lance's move on Ricciardo. Lance broke so late. Sergio Perez won driver of the day, rightly so. So late that not only did he go past Daniel on the inside, but he went so wide on that corner as well. So you could say that Lance's dive bomb, he wasn't in control of the car. I hope Lando doesn't get. I hope Lance doesn't get a penalty because I think he had a good race today. But all right, Minton, what have you got on your nose? Minton's got a fluff on his nose. Come here. Come, what do you do? Right, what are you doing, bruv? Come on. He got a bit of fluff on his nose. They're just doing the podiums now. These are the weird social distanced podiums. I preferred it. I liked it last week, man. I thought it was good last week. But these are the ones with the weird, like, robot, Valtteri just got sprayed in his face. I like the little, they've got the little robot things that deliver the... Oh, someone's joined the channel. Welcome, Neb, N-E-B, to Friends of Tommo. Thank you, buddy. £2 a month. All good. GG. Thank you, buddy. Alex had... Oh, yeah. Gasly P15. What the F? Yeah, Gasly obviously had issues. I don't know what his issues were, but he had to pit like 3 times. It was a shame because Gasly had good pace at the start. Gasly would have got that P10, but he had issues. So I went to Daniel Ricciardo instead. The robots are nice. Vanessa. I mean, maybe. Not bad. But yeah, obviously Valtteri's, P1 first race, P2 second, still top of the championship. Valtteri, Lewis, Lando, mad. But obviously, yeah, Max needed that P3, man, because he needed points. So Science got a 105 lap record. Good for him, man. Good for him. Turned it up at the end, obviously. Actually, where's... Lewis has got his mask on. Hang on. Back pocket. Here. I've got my mask as well. Do you want to see my mask? Leaf D. Lucas, thank you for your $1 Australian, buddy. There you go. Let's show solidarity with the drivers on the podium with their masks. Here's my mask. It's quite a nice little mask, isn't it? Just went for an all black number. Nice and simple, you know what I mean? I feel, I don't know. I think this is quite cool. I'm quite, I know, obviously it's not ideal having to wear a mask, but it could be worse. It's better than the horrible, like, disposable blue ones, if you ask me. What are we saying? Bane, yes. I am Bane. I feel like, is my voice that? It's a little bit more muffled, but at least you're not getting any pops. This is like a pop filter attached to my face. Surahari, respect to Tommo for £20 taxi. Yeah, so anyone who came in late, shall I take this off or keep it on? I'll keep it on. I missed my train coming home, so I was meant to get home about 25 minutes before the race was due to start. Missed it. Had to get a cab, which cost me about 20. I had to get another train and then a cab. Lewis doing the hand up. Good lad, man. Good for you, man. And yeah, I got a cab and it got me home at 8 minutes past. I sprinted up here, got the stream all set up, and I started it. I went live as the cars were going through the first corner. So yeah, I'm going to take this off now. Because I'm getting very sweaty. It's very warm today. Yeah, so people, Jonathan, appreciate that, mate. So Mercer on 79 points, McLaren 39, Red Bull 28, Racing Point 22, Ferrari 19. Constructors, good numbers. I should really have, I think, when I get more organised going forward, I'll make sure that I've got all these numbers to hand quite easily so I can kind of chat about these things as we go. But yeah, I'm gutted for Sebastian, man. I was hopeful for Seb to have a solid race, and we never got to find out what the pace of either Ferrari was because they had their incident so early on. And look how I made a mistake. He admitted to it. He took responsibility. He was at fault, and it is what it is. Now for the weird robot podium. Yeah, that's what we're seeing at the minute. The trophies are currently being. Valtteri's just had his wheeled over to him. Max has also got his. So yeah, everyone's got their trophies now. Did they usually do it in reverse? I thought they did it like third place first. Maybe I'm getting that wrong. Right, do you want to go out, mate? He's getting very tetchy, aren't you? Did you enjoy the race? Did you like the race? Actually, I'll give him a meaty whirler. Something. Look at his little face. His ear. Look at how his ears go when he knows there's food. They go really like extra cute. So like, there's the food. Oh, there you go. Good boy. All right, Lewis is spraying. He's going to chase his team down at a nice social distance. He's literally, Lewis has got the champers and he just sprinted into the garage. I mean, I guess that's allowed. All the robot stuff is just for show, isn't it? Not going to lie, that of course it is. But yeah, there we go, everyone. A bit of a dull race, all in all, but the end was interesting. So I hope you enjoyed the stream. Again, next weekend I will be streaming qualifying. I will not be streaming the race because, well, as some of you know, Insane Football Clips said, do you think Albon was too slow today? I think it's a combination. I do think Albon was a little bit off it today, definitely. He did well to hold out that P4, but could have got caught by Perez, and almost did, and almost got taken out by Perez, which obviously you wouldn't expect a Red Bull to be in that position. But similarly, I do think Max extracts everything out of that car, and the fact that Valtteri caught Max says that, and Max is a better driver than Valtteri as far as I'm concerned, the Red Bull isn't at the level with the Mercedes. So I'm not surprised there was a gap. The gap was too big though. Alex does need to definitely do better. I agree. Tommo, Mattia Binotto needs to be sacked. I think he definitely needs to go back to a technical focus role, for sure. I did a video about him last week, so check that out if you haven't already. I think he needs to be focusing on that stuff because that's what he's really good at, rather than being team principal as well as technical director, which is kind of what he's doing at the moment. Which breed is Minton? Minton is a miniature sausage dog. He's a miniature Dachshund, though I prefer Dachshund because it sounds nicer than Dachshund. Dachshund sounds a bit too aggressive. Where could Russell have been from Chuckle Bro? I think the Williams race pace was really off. Like Latifi was about 20 seconds behind Grosjean by the end of the race. So I do think he'd eventually got swallowed up, to be honest. I think Williams need weather to do bits for them to get points this year. I still think that. Sergio's getting interviewed here. Sergio had a great race. Driver of the day for me, and officially driver of the day as well. So, yeah, it'd be interesting to see what the Ferrari what the Ferrari conversation is after this. Why are you licking my hand? But there you go. Albon was way too far from Valtteri. Yeah, I get that. But also Valtteri was in a much quicker car. They got both the racing points actually on. Here we go. So this is the Perez Albon incident. I'm sorry. You can't. How could anyone say? I'm not like take my bias from Albon away. That's not Albon's fault at all. He held his line on the outside. Again, same thing. Perez just took a little bit too much into that corner. Nah, I think Albon's fine. It's a shame it happened. I think it is a shame because I think Sergio deserved that P5. But there's no way Alex is at fault for that. Absolutely no way. I don't know what Sergio's saying right now because I'm not listening. But right. Thanks for doing this watch along. Thank you for watching, everyone. 700 people we're still, so very kind of you. Feel free to. I'm just going to answer some questions in the chat, and then I will log off because it's been hour 41 now. Mad. There's no way Albon was at fault for that. It's just a shame it came to that and he almost got taken out again because Lance did touch him, and a great race from Lance as well. Fair play, man. Lance P7 and Sergio P6, so fair play. Hi Tommo, what's your opinion on the chrome finish on the slicks? Where they're like shiny? Don't really have one to be honest, Marcus. I think they look cool. I guess, maybe. Penalty incoming, Javier Diaz. I don't know who for, because I don't think there should be any penalties, as much as I don't think that was Alex's fault. If anything, that was more Sergio's fault, but then Sergio took enough of a punishment by losing his position to. But again, it was so touching. What's the term? It was so close. You know what I mean? I don't think you can call that I think it's a racing incident. Right, Minton, stop being a pest. Why are you being annoying? He's just going to stay like this, like a baby. Is Perez saying that Albon was in the wrong? I mean, he just wasn't. So Perez can say what he likes, but he just wasn't. I don't like switch the roles. If that was Albon coming up the inside, touching Perez, like Perez wouldn't you know what I mean? It's just not just watch the incident if you haven't. Okay, there's no way Alex is in the wrong for that. Renault engine can't compete with Merc engine. I mean, I don't think any of the engines can compete with the Merc engine, to be fair. But I think I think Ocon and Ricciardo were having a really good race, and it was a shame that Daniel's softs just weren't performing because he was really good on the mediums. If anything, they should have pitted for mediums again, maybe. But I don't even know the rules when it comes to how many tyre compounds and all that shit. I don't care, man. I don't care enough. If I'm honest, I don't care enough about all the little intricacies. Pablo Ochoa, do you think Leclerc, or Leclerc as you've called him, is too aggressive? I think he was in that instance. It was silly, but again, Seb did that same thing last weekend and spun out. Went too hot into that same corner. Went on the inside when he shouldn't have been. That's exactly what Charles did. It was a bit more confined. Everyone was all over the place. So I think it was. I do think it was a sillier mistake that Seb made last week than the mistake that Charles made this week. But they were both silly mistakes. Who is my driver of the day? Jaffe Glimer. I'm going to pronounce it like that. Sergio Perez, definitely. As much as he might be crying about the Albon incident, he was definitely driver of the day. P18 to what should have been P5, but was P6. Amazing. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to wrap up now. Yeah, I'm not streaming the race. I am not streaming the race next week, but I am streaming qualifying for the Hungarian Grand Prix. So be sure to watch along for that. I'm not streaming the race because, as some of you know, I've mentioned briefly, but I am actually doing a bit of work for WTF1 at the moment. and we're going to be doing their internet's best reactions straight after the race. So I'm going to watch the race with Matty on Sunday. Then we will shoot IBR straight after. I'll get that edited and out Sunday evening. And then it's Hannah's birthday on Monday. So if anyone wants to give Hannah some birthday love on Monday, I'm sure she'd much appreciate it. So we're going to do something. So I'm going to have a day off on Monday, and we're going to do something nice together. I've already got her a present. And yeah, so that'll be fun. Minton wants to go out. Do you want to go out, mate? I'm finishing the stream. He's literally... hang on. Look at him. Look at him. Oh, you can't see him. I've got to say, whatever. Come back. Yeah, so anyway, thank you everyone for watching. I really appreciate you taking the time. They're interviewing Landau now, but whatever, it's fine. Thank you for watching the stream. I do appreciate the support. I really like doing these. These are good fun. Again, it was a shame it was as stressful as it was at the start, but I hope you enjoyed it as well. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for the 10 quid. That's made up half the taxi fare I had to pay on the way back. So thank you. I appreciate that. And yeah, I will see you all. I haven't actually done anything towards a video for the week, so I need to have a think about that because I want to put a video out Wednesday or Thursday, but I have absolutely no idea what I'm going to do yet. So I'm going to have a think about that for the later today. So yeah. Thanks everyone for watching. I will see you next weekend for the Hungarian Grand Prix for the next live. And yeah, I've been Tommo. Ciao, adios. I'm done.